Today we will be testing a range breakout indicator. Who am I? I am DP Roberts, and for years I've been testing hundreds of strategies and indicators, and I'm testing more every single day. I've compiled all that information into spreadsheets and used it to create a profitable trading strategy with a custom indicator. And we have an amazing community over on Discord where we help you become a profitable trader. If you are interested in getting access to the spreadsheets of all the indicators and strategies that we have tested, as well as a free trial to our custom indicator, you can just sign up for our Patreon down below. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing a range breakout indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 545 different strategies. The best one so far was able to achieve a 100% win rate. It was achieved using the Academy of Forex indicator to trade the crypto scalping strategy that I'll mention in this video on a live trading account. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing a range breakout indicator. And so the source video says, the greatest breakout indicator ever built, range detector. And so the source video is correct. This is a range detector indicator, and it does show the breakout of those ranges. And so as far as the source video goes, yeah, they did well. Obviously, most of the time, this particular creator doesn't kind of put in any fluff or any kind of wild claims in the title of their videos. And so didn't expect anything too crazy from them. So the indicator that we have on screen is the range detector, this one right here. Go ahead and click on that and add it to the screen. And as the name implies, basically this indicator detects when a range has been kind of established, I guess you could say, and then it projects out these lines and shows you when you get a break of that range. And so when it projects these lines out, it projects the lines until a new range has been detected. And so you see the red box right here notes the beginning of a range starting to be formed. And then this gray line right here establishes that the range has in fact been confirmed by the indicator. And you can see here that these two lines leading into it was the lines from the previous range that had been detected. And once this line establishes this new range, these lines stop appearing and the old range is no longer being tracked. The new range at that point starts to be tracked, and at first it gives you these blue lines. That means that the range has not been broke. Once the range is broke, either to the upside or the downside, it will show the lines either green or red. Now, to understand how I tested this indicator, I have to dive just a little bit into how the market makers or big money kind of manipulates the market. So often what they like to do is you have these three phases of the market where you go into consolidation, you go into expansion, and then you go into distribution. And what they like to do is run price into a range, and that's where they are accumulating a lot of orders, a lot of money from people. And then what they do is, as they run into the expansion phase, often they will push price in one direction and then reverse it in the other. And so what this does is, for example, if you are in a range right here and you get a break to the upside, a common way to play this or to trade this is to then enter into a long trade. Now, the more experienced traders will wait for a bounce and continuation, but the newer traders will jump straight into the break to the upside. And once they do, they will then place their stop somewhere down in this area or even below the range right here. And alternatively, any of the traders who were looking for this to form a downtrend as it started to make lower lows and lower highs, they would have been going into short positions and putting their stops up above this area here. So what big money will do is they will range the market, they will spike it above this area, stopping out any of the people who were going short, and then drawing in a bunch of new traders going long. Then what they'll do is they'll immediately reverse it and spike it back to the downside and push it through the bottom of that range. And what they'll do is now drag and stop out all the traders who went initially long at this point, as they come down and wipe out all these stops to then push it in the initial or the actual direction they wanted it to go in. So that's a long way of saying basically in this particular case, what I wanted to see was when a range was formed and a breakout to one direction, then the opposite direction within that same range was taken or broke through, then taking a trade at that point, what kind of numbers could we get out of that? So that's exactly what I did. I looked for a range to be established regardless of a red or green. I looked for the break to one side. So here we get the blue lines because price is in between the range. We get a break to the upside, and that gives us the green line right here. And then price immediately reverses. It didn't have to be immediate, but during the same range, we get price pushing back and down to the other side. So just to make this clear, for this short trade, what we had was the range detected, the blue line showing when price was in between the range. We had a spike to the upside and breakout to the long side, an immediate push back into the range and break of the low right here. And that was our signal to then enter into a short. Put our trade right here. I'm going to put our stop right in the middle of the range and target a 1 to 1.5 risk reward right about there. Let's play this forward and see how it plays out. You can see an immediate and very aggressive break to the downside, getting us to our take profit. And for this long trade, what we were looking for was a range to be established here. We get the confirmation of the range with this gray line here. Immediately, we get a push to the downside, giving us the red lines, the red breakout lines to the downside. Price doesn't go very far, and it then pushes back up this big heavy candle right here. And as it does, you can see that the line switches from red to green as it officially closes outside of the range to the upside. That would be our signal to then enter into a long. And so what we'll do is put our trade right here. We're going to put our stop right in the middle of the range and target the same 1 to 1.5 risk reward, just like before. Let's go ahead and play this one forward and see how it plays out. And once again, you can see we get this really nice follow through, getting us to our take profit once again. Alright, so that puts us at the end of the testing right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, if you are interested in a profitable trading strategy, I highly recommend that you check out the best strategy that we have tested so far. It's been able to achieve in the high 80% win rate, and coupled with the position management strategy that I'm teaching all the patrons, skyrockets the win rate to the high 90%, consistently around 99% over hundreds of trades. You can click the link up in the corner now. It'll take you to that video on the strategy. I'll also put a thumbnail of that video up on screen now, and I will link to that same video at the end of this video. Alright, let's go ahead and go over the numbers on this indicator. So we did the 50 trade test, and out of those 50 trades, we had 23 winning trades and 27 losing trades. It's going to put it at a 46% win rate. And so with the 1 to 1.5 risk reward, if you're looking to gain $600 per winning trade, your total gain would have been $13,800. On the losing side, you would have been risking $400 per losing trade. Your total drawdown or total loss would have been $10,800. That would have put your total profit and loss at a gain or plus $3,000. And so, not a horrible strategy, not really great, but also not horrible. I think maybe if you tried it with a 1 to 2 risk reward, you might get a little bit better results. But traditionally, a lot of the strategies that I test do a 1 to 1.5, which is why I set it at that. But you can see quite often these hit a 1 to 2 risk reward pretty easily. And so I think that with that kind of a setup, like I said, you can see just a couple of these here that you would have entered into, for example, would have gotten you a really nice risk to reward had you managed the position a little bit instead of just taking a 1 to 1.5. This one right here would have been a 1 to 4 as example. A couple losing trades there. You can see here, this one as well. Won't go through too many more of these, just show you as an example. Put that right there and all the way down to here would have got you a 1 to 2 as well. And so I think there's definitely room to increase this probably by at least a couple $1,000s more. And so, like I said, not a horrible strategy, but also not mind-blowing by any means. Now, during the same period of time, we did right at 73 trades with the Academy Forex Indicator. We had right at a 78% win rate and a total gain right at $34,000. So, definitely better results. You can get a free trial access to the Academy of Forex Indicator when you sign up for a Patreon down below, and $15 a month maintains access to the indicator after the trial plus your Patreon status. We will also teach you a position management strategy that will skyrocket the win rate of the Academy of Forex Indicator to the high 90% and show you how to get access to a crypto broker that will give you over 100 times leverage on the account with no ID requirements, almost wherever you are in the world, all but guaranteeing that you will be successfully trading with our systems within an hour. We've also developed an additional crypto scalping strategy, and coupled with our position management strategy we teach all the patrons, was able to achieve over 200 winning trades in a row in back testing and dozens of winning trades in a row in live testing. To view that video, click the link up in the corner now. It'll look like a little circle with an eye in it. Click on that eye, it'll take you down to 2 thumbnails, and click the thumbnail that you see on screen now. Alright, that's going to do it for the testing on this one. We're going to go ahead and put this one on a yes list and move on to the next video from here.